I still remember the day. I was looking at one of Paul Chek's Facebook posts, and I saw that green banner right there, and it was Mark's face and Emily's face, and it said Institute for the Psychology of Eating. And at the moment, at the time, I had just finished my last bikini bodybuilding competition. And I knew I couldn't do any more of them because my body was telling me no, but my ego was saying, yes, do more, do more. And there has to be something different. I have to look at the way I eat, at fitness, at health in a very, very different way. And when I clicked on that Institute for the Psychology of Eating banner, and I watched the video, it really felt like everything that I had gone through in my life, all of the years of literally every eating disorder, everything that the course teaches about immunity and digestion and everything, I had gone through that. So it felt like everything had led to that moment, like, okay, all the things that I have lived through that I have thought were wrong or I should keep in secret, there's a reason for this. I always knew there was a deeper reason for the binge eating, for that, the power that came from that, all the energy that I would put into that. At that point in my life, I could afford not to do the certification because, again, with my experience, I had been using my bodybuilding competitions. I genuinely love it, but there's also the part of me that was doing it because out of self-hatred, out of body image, out of trying to control my body, out of trying to create this perfect body for self-acceptance and all the other stuff. But I had created a lot of damage emotionally, with my hormones, with my energy, on so many different levels. So I knew that I needed to find clarity. I knew that I needed to find the reason why. At the time, I had also started binge eating and purging much more often. And when it would happen, kind of like how he explains in the course, it almost feels like there's this thing that possesses you. It feels like a power, and it literally felt like that. Like I would go into this trance and all I could think about was cupcakes and pancakes and pizza and blah, and I couldn't stop myself until I was so full, I felt so sick. And every time afterwards, I would think, why does this come out of nowhere? I knew there had to be something that was triggering it. I just couldn't put my finger on it. So because of that too, I'm like, I can't live like this anymore. I'm tired. I'm so exhausted of all of my energy and my thoughts constantly revolving around food and calories and body image and working out all the time to make it up, and just, it was just so exhausting. I have noticed that when I am in public and for whatever reason I'm having a conversation with somebody about this, people in the vicinity tend to hang around. Like if I'm at a store, it's happened where I'll be talking, I was at the store in LA, and I was talking to the store owner, and she had people who were hanging out who weren't even like looking at the clothes anymore. They were just hanging out to hear what we were talking about. People are hungry for it, and in LA especially, because there is this, you're constantly selling yourself. There is this level of extreme superficiality, but at the same time, because of that, there was such a hunger for the opposite. There's such a hunger for wisdom and acceptance. And although I'm seeing water advertised by a naked girl and I'm seeing batteries advertised by a dude with a six-pack, how does that even have anything to do, and you see it everywhere you go, like these billboards of like naked body, naked body, naked body, naked body, sex, sex, sex. That is your world. You're constantly being reminded. So I think that when you say something like body image, even if nobody's ever thought about it in those terms, or psychology of eating, even if they've never thought about it like that, they've never thought to think about the psychology of eating, the same way that I was attracted to that banner, although I had never heard the psychology of eating, there was something about that resonates with people because they are craving for it. We're craving to understand our relationship with food because it isn't something that you do every now and then. It's something that you got to do a few times a day, every day, for survival. And seeing how fixated many of us are on body image and, It resonates with it. I think many people feel a lot of pressure to look a certain way, to be something that they're not. It creates this neurosis in them of not accepting themselves, not loving themselves, and they are, whether they know it or not, craving to be at peace with who they are, to start befriending themselves. For me, the biggest paradigm shift has been in the importance of how we frame things and how we language things. So, I have an eating disorder. That sounds terrible. You're disordered. You got something wrong with you. I have anorexia, bulimia, or I overexercise, or whatever. There's just such a negative part of our brain that lights up when we think of these things. And what this course really taught me was to see that these things weren't wrong. There was a reason for it. There was actually, I love the word he uses. He says brilliant. He says there's a brilliance behind why the body does that. And it's so multi-layered. But again, in relanguaging it, in seeing the disorder, the dis-ease, the thing you're trying to push away, instead of trying to push away, if you can have the courage, the curiosity to face it, to face yourself, magic happens. And really, you learn that this thing you've been trying to get rid of, that you've been hiding from other people, is your best friend, because it's this barometer, it's this guiding system, inner guiding system, that if you're aware of it, will always let you know what is happening within your world before your mind even gets it, before the logical brain even knows the wisdom of the body and how it processes energy and information, will start telling you. So where before, I got the desire to binge eat, I can't do it. So in the pushing it away, I'd be attracted to it more. Now, I still get those urges, but I've learned to slow down enough to look at it and think, okay, I feel the energy. I feel that thing trying to possess me. What is it? What is happening in my life that's creating this anxiety? What void am I trying to fill? What part of my life am I trying to go into relaxation into, that my body is asking me eat, because that is the way that is the tool that I've used to go into relaxation before. So really that was the paradigm shift, and seeing that it's actually this beautiful, wise, it's your body's attempt to wake you up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. So I'm very grateful in many ways for my eating. I don't even like the term eating disorders, for my my little friends.